What's going on, geeks? You're listening to episode 442 of the Geeks Under Grace podcast. My name is Cody Armour. I'm here with Jonathan Nichols.
What's up?
And welcome back, Andrea Riccati.
Hello, it's good to be back.
Yeah, this week, we're geeking out about God of War, whatever is going on with Warner Brothers, and AMC's reserve seating. Jonathan's geeking out about it, at least.
I am. I think it's cool. I'll sit in the theater by myself.
Yeah. Before that, we will get into the games that we've been playing. I haven't played a whole much more though than Fallout 4. I'm on level 30 and I'm getting to the point of being done. But I also really haven't done any story whatsoever. I have just been doing settlement stuff, and I did get in my power armor for the first time. Not the first time, but like first time where I really played like a couple hours in my power armor because I have so many fusion cores. And it just felt great to be invincible for a little while. And then Split Fiction, a friend of mine, and I really love that game. That game is so good. I think that it's going to have some replayability, which I think is really cool. You get to play as different characters, like I've said, and so each character has kind of their own play style. So the story would be the same, but you'd be playing different, doing different things in the environment. I think that could be really cool. There's a lot of little scenes where my wife, she's kind of in and out when we're playing. And so I'm like, I want to show you, you need to come back and look at this. You need to look at this. So I think eventually I might just end up playing with her as well.
Yeah.
Split Fiction's fun. The story's, you know, it's not like super deep of the story, but it's cool. I really like the co-opness of it all. Jonathan, what have you been playing?
I've been playing a game called Burglin' Gnomes. So, let me paint this picture.
Okay.
You're 8 inches tall. You have a beard.
I'm a little taller than that. Come on now.
Okay. And you have a
Picture it,
red
I
hat.
live it. No.
You've got 2 goals. Rob a house and survive. So, basically, you're a gnome that is living on an island, worshiping a tree god thing, and he wants you to bring back things as an offering. And he just
Okay.
tosses you into a yard, and you're just robbing random people. But here's the thing. It's very violent.
Oh
And
my gosh.
so, like, it takes you by surprise. So it's like, oh, okay, you open a window, you jump into the room, you start grabbing stuff, and then you realize there's a person living in the house, and they have a gun. Or if they capture you, they're just gonna throw you in the fireplace, or they're gonna throw you in the oven and turn it on. So also, like, you can if you find the gun, you can use the gun, even though you're too small to hold the gun. So, for instance, I was playing and we heard the old man that lives in the house coming, and my friend's like, "Hey, I found the gun," and he tosses it down and it hits the ground and goes off and kills me.
Okay.
So, and it's not just like, oh, game over. You just explode into like a pile of red goop. And so then in one mission, we're in the middle of getting something, and the old man grabs me, and he just throws me in the oven, shuts it, and turns it on, and I just sit there and cook. And another instance, um, he got the gun. My wife was running away, and then she passes by this room I'm in, and I just see her pass by the doorway, and you hear a bang, and then she just explodes into mist, and I'm like, oh no. So then we started fighting back, and I found a grenade, and so I just set the grenade off while he was chasing us, and it killed the old man. And so we're like, oh great, we can just do all the missions and not worry about it. But we didn't realize that he respawns as other gnomes, and he just keeps respawning. And so these little bitty gnome dudes and they just beat you up, and you can't do anything about it because you can't fight back. And so you're just getting swarmed by like 3 or 4 at a time. It's a fun game. It's a lot. It's on Steam right now as a demo. It comes out in like May, I think. I'm gonna buy it.
Sounds ridiculous.
We were laughing so hard we were crying half the time, and partially because the old man sometimes just gets naked, and it's censored by just a big massive blur from like his waist down, and it's so funny. And like obviously it's gonna be probably rated M, but they're not crossing certain lines. And it's just so funny because my friend, he got grabbed and I was spectating, and so it's just this old man completely naked just grabs him and just like carrying him around and like throws him in the oven. I'm like, we were crying, we were laughing so hard.
Sounds wonderful.
It's amazing to try it, Cody.
Okay, let's do.
It sounds like a thing you have to see to believe.
Yeah, I don't know how to.
Yeah.
I can't even do it justice.
It definitely looks like
I
one of
have
those kind of like those like cheaper party games.
Yeah, for sure.
Brooklyn Gnomes. Cool. You played anything else?
I started Splinter Cell Conviction. Not much to talk about. Uh, it's really good. It took a way too much effort to get it running on PC, but it's fun.
Okay, cool. How about you, Andrea?
As far as games go, I have been I've been taking a hiatus from Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because over Christmas I got Persona 4 Golden.
Ooh.
So I've been playing that nonstop, and I think I'm close to the end. And I had to play it because I played 5 last year, and that was my first Persona game, and I was just amazed by how much I enjoyed it. So everybody kept on saying, "You gotta try 4. 4 is really good too. It's one of the best." I'm like, okay. So I got my hands on it, and I think I like it more than 5, honestly. I like the cast a lot. I like the story, the characters, and their flaws. Like a lot of it is actually really relatable. So, uh, I'm really enjoying it, and I definitely want to play a new game plus, which I rarely do, but I enjoyed it that much that I want to play it again.
Well, yeah. Cool.
I've never played those, but I keep being recommended them. I probably should just buckle down and find them and play them.
If
My
you
wife
enjoyed
loved it.
Yeah, if you enjoyed Expedition 33, you'll love Persona just fine. You'll feel right at home. It's those kind of games.
Okay. I also haven't played that one either,
I
so
was like, I didn't think you had. I was like, you haven't played Expedition 33.
Oh,
You need to
you
join
should
us.
join us. Join the cult.
Yeah. Yeah. Join the
listen,
expedition.
I'm still stuck in medieval Bohemia, and I've got about 160 more hours to go.
Okay, well, we'll
Well,
just add that to your
join us
list
in
then.
French Fever Dream instead.
Okay.
After you're done in Little Bohemia,
One day.
one day.
Yeah.
It's my purgatory.
It's a good purgatory to be in, though. I don't blame you.
Yeah, I don't platinum games, and I platinum that game.
That has to be a good game then.
And I have, the attention span of a goldfish, so a squirrel. I don't know. Whatever doesn't have a good attention span.
Definitely go
Uh,
goldfish.
Yeah.
Goldfish.
They forget what they're doing every time they turn around.
Okay, that's me.
That's Cody's spirit
Uh,
animal.
yeah, I am a goldfish. What are we doing? Andrea, where you go into the gaming news there?
All right. Okay, so not very much, but the first one actually looks very interesting. If you are a God of War fan, there's been a lot of news released recently about God of War, but a new one is there. It may be a new development for a spin-off game focused on Faye, and you'll know who that character is if you've played the new God of War games. She is
Mhm.
Kratos's wife, and the mother
Yeah,
of Atreus. Um, I don't
played
think
by
it's
Deborah Ann Woll.
yes, and I think she would be really excited to come back and play that character. And I think she would knock it out of the park. I
Oh, for
think
sure.
they're in the planning phases of it, and they're teasing it, but, I don't think anything is in development just yet. Um, so it would be by Sony Santa Monica. It'd be starring Faye, and it would be set within the God of War universe as well, and we may not hear very much until maybe later this year or next year, so if it is official, it will take some time, but that would be really interesting to see, more of that character because she's only mentioned, off and on, and she's
Mhm.
only shown for one scene. It was a really, really good scene, but still, it'd be nice to see more of that character.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I love the idea too of like her needing to go on some kind of adventure, and so she's like, "All right, Kratos, you're on parent duty, to like a baby Atreus or something. Um,
I
I
I think
gotta
it's
go."
hinted I think it's hinted in the games that they actually fought each other first and battled each other, and then they fell in love with each other.
So could it be even before they met would be interesting too. But
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
really cool.
I assumed it would be like during their marriage, um,
Yeah.
and just subjugate Kratos to dad duty,
Mhm.
diaper duty.
Yeah.
Diaper duty.
There's actually a mini game where he's got to change a diaper.
Oh, no.
Oh, Kratos changing a
The
diaper,
the
what
the
to
God of
do.
War changing diapers.
Yeah. That's such a crazy thought. I say that and I'm like, "Ha," but, like, he was a parent before this. He's had kids.
Yeah.
It's just hard to
Yeah,
imagine.
and it never ended well for him, did it?
Yeah,
No.
it's a sad story.
Yeah.
Um, anyways.
In other news, there was a new trailer for Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves, which is coming to
Mhm.
Nintendo 2. Um, an exclusive for Nintendo, Switch 2. It's supposed to, feature open worlds to explore with beautiful windswept islands and a vast ocean with glittering waves. The Pokemon that live in harmony with this region's lush environment have developed their own unique ecosystems, and during this adventure, you'll team up with all kinds of Pokemon to overcome both the difficult road ahead and even the forces of nature that block your path at times. Um, so your main character will sport a different outfit depending on which version of the game you play. Um, and then of course you have your different starter Pokemon as well.
Well, it's obviously Pombon. Gotta go with the fire starter.
So
It's
wasn't
Pomeranian,
there
let's go.
wasn't there just a new Pokemon game that came out recently?
I feel
Pokepia?
like
Wasn't
there's like a
like
new Pokemon game being released every other week, it feels
You talking
like.
about Fire Red Leaf
Legend?
Green or Pokepia?
Maybe Legends? CA, right?
Oh, ZA, yeah.
Yeah.
Relatively
Like
recently.
yeah.
This,
Is it
like, this looks good-ish. It still to me looks like it's console behind uh the consoles. And so I don't understand why they keep doing that. But I will say it does look really pretty. The environments look way more fleshed out than Scarlet and Violet, by a lot. And so I might actually purchase this one. I think I have Pokemon Violet, but I got it for free or something. Um, it was
so
gifted.
I agree, it looks really pretty. So are these done by different studios?
I
Well,
think
it's still
ZNA. I think they're
it's
Game Freak, but
yeah, it's still published under Nintendo, of course. Yeah, it's Game Freak, so
does Game
I
Freak
think that
do?
they must have different developers like that do different Pokemon uh underneath the Pokemon Company umbrella.
Okay. So this comes out in 2027. So it's not like this year. Because I was like, man, that seems really fast to come out with another one that's like a open world Pokemon game.
Yeah, it makes more sense for it to be next year. But it was
Yeah.
announced, so
Mhm.
that's why it feels like um
Yeah. That's cool. I might get this one. I might get it. I don't have a Switch 2 yet, but might
I
be
do
worth
like
it.
the designs. The designs are really
Yeah.
cute. They're really adorable.
And to clarify, so Pokemon Legends ZA is not a mainline game.
Oh, see, I don't know anything about Pokemon, so.
Yeah, they have the Legends is just kind of its own series now. There's two of them out, and then Scarlet and Violet would have been the last like mainline Pokemon game.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It makes me. I never played the new Pokemon Snap. I really want to. New. It's been out for like 5 or 6 years, I think now. But this makes me like it gives me that kind of Pokemon Snap environmental, uh, life like vibes, and so that is really cool to me. You're finding the Pokemon like in their environments in really cool ways, their ecosystems, as it says. But I don't know. Pokepia looks better. Pokepia looks really cool. Comes out soon. By the time people are watching this, I think listen to this. I think it's already out.
Hmm.
Jonathan, that's the Ditto Animal Crossing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, he's lost.
I'm lost.
Pokemon, gotta catch them. There's this is kind of a tyrant, or this is a rant. The Pokemon like Facebook or social media posted. So this is gonna get Jonathan really lost. This is gonna get a lot of people that are millennials lost. Back in the day, Fire Red and Leaf Green had, well, original Red, Blue, and Yellow had a truck. The only way to find that truck was to get someone to trade you a Pokemon that knew Cut, so you didn't have to learn Cut from getting on SS Anne, which is a boat. Kind of a long story. And so then you can learn surf later on, and you can come around where this boat is and find a truck. And the theory was that if you could move the truck using strength, another move, then a Mew would be under it. And it was a total. I still don't know the answer. I've been told it was a hoax. I've been told it was a special event back in the day. But in Fire Red and Leaf Green, they like included the truck on the Game Boy Advance version, and so Pokemon's official social media was like, "Hope you have Surf or HM4, I can't remember, to move this truck." And the truck doesn't do anything. It's still a lie. It's kind of a cake is a lie situation. And it's so much work to find that truck, and so I'm kind of annoyed that the Pokemon social media team would be like tricking people into believing that they can actually um, do anything with this stupid truck. They should have implemented Mew. I think that would have been a cool way to do it. But
Oh yeah, that would have been really cool.
yeah, make it a reality. All of our dreams would have came true. So many kids
Poke
would have been so excited.
yeah. Pokemon today is just so different from when we were kids.
Yeah, that's true. Um, I also would love, and this is really unrealistic, but I kind of like this idea of like a Nintendo ecosystem, and so I think it'd be really cool to do Pokemon games, but make the regions just be other Nintendo worlds. Do like a Pokemon Hyrule, and then a Pokemon Mushroom Kingdom, and make all the Pokemon that like
Mm.
themed in that world. I think that would be fun.
That would be really cool.
Anyways, we can get into the movies. I have not watched any movies. Have you guys seen any movies this week?
No, unfortunately, I've not.
It was a few weeks ago, but I saw The Sting for the first time, and I was really happy
Don't
I
know what
saw
that is.
that because, yeah, that was an awesome movie. I really loved it.
What is it? Oh, it looks
Oh, it's
old.
the one. It's the one.
1973.
Yes, it's the one with Robert Redford.
Okay.
It's literally The Sting. It's a team of con artists, uh, that create the Sting, and it's really hard to explain because you don't want to give too much away, but it's the intricacies of the con man gambit and some twist endings, and I love that it didn't follow a traditional three-act structure. So you didn't really know exactly what to expect at any time, and I really like that.
That's cool. Nice. I've never heard of it.
Definitely highly recommend.
Okay. Cool. Um, well, then we can get into the movie news. Jonathan, take it away.
Yeah, so to get started, AMC is now reserving seats for subscribers. So this has been a kind of a hotly debated topic lately because basically if you pay you can a season pass at the theaters, you can get better seats. And
Yeah,
I think the idea of basically having a subscription to go see as many movies as you want in a month is a good idea. Like I like the idea of it. Um
agreed.
I Me and Cody were talking before the podcast, and I I think we're both at the conclusion that it might actually deter people if the good seats are all taken or you can't even select them.
Agreed. Yeah. I if I go to watch a movie, give me 3 times where I go to get movie tickets, and the seats that I want are just all taken up, even though I'm, like, day 1, you know, really prepared to get these seats. Um, I'm gonna stop going to movie theaters. I'm like, "Alright, well."
Well, okay, could you imagine going online? So now every time you buy a ticket, you got to pick a seat. All right.
Mhm.
Every theater I've been to in the past like 3 years have done this. So imagine you go in and you can't even select a seat because it's auto reserved, even if no one's going to be sitting in it. That's kind of what I'm seeing and the potential here, which would be
Yeah.
so frustrating.
The only way that I would be okay with this, is if, like, they get to choose a week before we do. Like, tickets go on
Yeah.
sale a week before for these, subscriptions, and so they get to choose and get a priority choice. But, yeah, I would be even more angry if I pick a seat way to the left, and then the seats that I want are completely empty for the whole movie. Because 'cause I'm
I,
not that guy that's gonna go sit down on them just in case they're late.
yeah, like I don't know. I could see again like we don't have an AMC locally anymore. We had one and it was not in a very good part of town and it just got ran down. And
I live over here.
do you? Never mind. It's a great part of town. It's an amazing part of town.
No, I
It's
mean,
the
it
best.
was the closest theater to me.
Um, it's old. I should say the area is not
Yeah,
like
it was
I
run
shouldn't
down.
say.
It was struggling.
Yeah, the theater was very struggling. It's old theater. Had been there for a very long time. It's an older part of the town where Cody lives. Um, and it closed. So the closest one to us, I think, is like a minimum of 45 minutes away. So
Yeah.
I think for me, paying there's like 4 tiers, and the top 2 tiers are like $20 to $28 a month, somewhere in that range. That's a lot of money to be paying to have to drive 45 minutes to go see a movie. But if it was, like, in my town or next town over, then it would be worth it to me because you can
Yeah, I
see, like,
mean,
so many movies a
they're all
week.
over, like, big cities, Denver and, I know
Mhm,
Houston has, at least more than one of them. Denver had a bunch of AMCs. It was AMC and Cinemark up there. In Arkansas, Malco's really kind of the
mhm.
the big theater for us.
I I kinda can see a comeback with AMC. So I can see a comeback with, them moving back into our area, but it might be a little bit. Um, there's been rumblings that that old building got bought, and it's gonna be like a sister chain to AMC. So I'm like,
Oh.
Okay.
fingers crossed. They've been remodeling it. It's been taking forever. Like they
Yeah.
post every so often, I'll see photos of the interior. It looks good, but
It's all Walmart blue, but it's definitely still a theater.
I don't think I would like that.
um,
The subscription service?
No,
Or the
the blue color for the movie theater.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah. I feel like Walmart blue is pretty accurate, would you say?
Yeah,
Ugh,
Walmart Blue. Yeah.
no thank you.
So I'm trying to pull up the prices, by the way, of the each tier. Um, but like it's not even per month. Like how many movies? It's per week. So it looks like Premiere Go, you get up to 4 tickets a week. That's actually pretty solid,
Yeah. If you're
but
watching
it's
4
not.
movies
Do
a week.
do a lot of people go see, like, 4 movies a week, though?
Jonathan would.
I would.
Yes, but
Um,
that's Jonathan, though.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, the
so
average consumer.
the next step up is Premiere, and um, it's 17.99. Uh, this says a year. That can't be right. It's not. It won't show me. I don't like their website. It's not just straight showing me the prices. So, but it looks like on your birthday you get a large popcorn and a large fountain drink. 50% off all tickets on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So you don't even. So you get free tickets, but that's weird. So you don't even. Okay, so
Yeah, I
you
don't know.
if you get the A list, excuse me, A list, you get up to 4 movies every week for free. And then you get exclusive ticket discounts. And you get free large popcorn refills.
I mean, yeah, I forget the popcorn would be
Yeah.
popcorn's got expensive.
How much? I I'm gonna know how much the actual A list price is, but I think that's the $30 or whatever. But
Okay.
anyway, so I was trying to find it so I could get accurate information, but I think it's like $28 a month or something like that. So yeah, like
I back when Movie Pass, and I mean this was like over 10 years ago, but when Movie Pass first started, it was like $8.99 a month, and then it was unlimited movies. You could go to 5 movies a week if you wanted. Like it was, you literally just run your card uh into the kiosk, and I watched a lot of movies back then, um, but it was cheaper than going to the movie theater. And so, like, how could you say no to an $8 a month? Like,
Mhm.
it might have been $8 a week. I'm trying to remember how much it was. Something super affordable. It might have been, yeah, it'd be $32. That might be. I can't remember. It was ridiculously priced. I watched a lot of movies that I didn't need to watch back then, like, or didn't like care about really. I just uh had nothing else to do, and why not?
Okay. So you can get a 14.99 subscription a month and you get 1 movie a week. Their website's really confusing. They just don't just show you the prices. Some, but
Sorry to cut you.
yeah.
You muted really bad, but then you came back, so I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay. I wonder if it's Discord. Hopefully it's just Discord.
Yeah. But anyway, say it again, and then we'll get back into it. Sorry.
Um, yeah, so according to their website, you can do the A list classic for 14.99 and it gets you 1 movie a week.
Okay. I mean, that's not bad.
I mean,
No,
it's like all
I mean, it would add up after a while. Like, if I mean, sure, if you go to the movies quite often, it might be a good deal. But on top with subscriptions for everything nowadays, I'm not sure if it's worth
Yeah.
it.
The 14.99 I could see because it's about $12 for a movie ticket. So if I've seen 2 movies
Right.
in a month,
let's see
I
what
I
current
would be okay.
ticket prices are. Cuz I think it's almost $15 a person now.
I always go to a matinee, but it's still like 12
That's
bucks even in a matinee. I feel
yeah.
like.
So if you're doing um I'm just trying to see real quick going through. Okay, actually, AMC is cheaper than our local Malco because it's 11.99 for an adult, so about $12.
Okay.
So here it's $12 for matinee, right? Is that what you said?
It's saying I'm actually looking at Malco right now. I priced it a little off. It's $7 to
Oh,
$11 is they give a range. So
okay.
$11 full
Interesting.
price and $7 at matinee.
Oh, okay. So I'm wrong. They've gone down. Uh, or I'm just completely wrong. Uh, but
Oh,
okay.
weird.
So
Okay, wait. Let me rephrase that. Adults age 12 and up before 6:30 p.m. are 7.50 to $9, and the movies after 6:30 are $7 to 11.
okay. So you're basically paying for the price of a ticket. You can get 4 movies a month essentially for the AMC A
Yeah.
list classic. So it's not too bad if you got one nearby.
Are you getting the popcorn still or no?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You eat the popcorn, then I'm almost sold. You've almost marketed this to me.
I mean,
I
AMC
mean,
would like you to eat the popcorn.
I
Oh wait, I don't have AMC. I forgot. Yeah, never
but
mind.
okay, but so you get so every time you go to the theater, you earn $5 in rewards, and
Okay.
then you get a free size upgrade on all popcorn and fountain drinks. So you don't get the free ones,
Okay,
but
we
you
get a
get
discount.
the yeah, get discount and you get
Okay, yeah.
free
I would consider this if I was in if we had an AMC.
yeah, I agree. I wish we did.
I I'm also really glad this we're gone off of like the reverse reserve seating thing, because I still think that would deter me in general, as a normal movie ticket buyer. But I am really glad that like so Movie Pass didn't really work out for anyone, and so like movie theaters have kind of started doing their own,
Mm.
um, and I think that was a smart move. Um, I think Malco has something similar, some kind of rewards program. I don't think it's as substantial as this one, but
It would be really cool if they did. I would see movies all like every day, but
yeah, I think it's more of a discount and a
um
reward system. But
yeah. But speaking of movies and theaters and studios, Paramount is buying Warner Brothers now.
yeah,
So,
not Netflix.
not Netflix. So the theater system may survive. Um, but yeah, basically, they let's see, the Netflix boss basically says Paramount acquisition of Warner Brothers will result in cuts in excess of 16 billion within 18 months or so. Game studios, including TT Games and Rocksteady, among many assets to face cost scrutiny and acquisition, if it's
Yeah,
approved.
it's not
So
not great.
yeah, so I'm curious about this because it is Netflix who lost the bid and now they're throwing shade. So
Yeah,
I kind of wonder how accurate this is. But also, I feel like Warner Brothers gaming division has, I feel like they've made a lot of missteps, and I feel like they've started announced games, canceled games,
Mhm.
and just mishandled money. And I think also with like TT Games, I I mean they make Lego games. They're always profitable. I think they'll be
Mhm.
safe. But Rocksteady had Suicide Squad, and that game did not
Yeah,
perform well.
that's true. Or
So
the Gotham
Gotham Knights,
whatever.
which was
Yeah,
I think that was WB Montreal, and it's the same thing too. But live service games
I
don't sell.
what was this? Oh, I was gonna say I don't know if Netflix is necessarily I don't know if how much animosity there really is since they're getting like I think a couple $1 billion um as like a penalty that Paramount is paying them for taking it out from under them. So Netflix
Mm.
still kind of wins in this. But I do think it's kind of a warning for video game industry. I still think like cut it all, and then cut your losses, and then give those um, which I say that I just realized as I'm saying it how lightly I'm saying like fire everybody, but license those game companies out. I think, um,
Yeah,
and or sell them altogether, and then let other game developers build them. Um, Obviously don't
yeah.
want anyone losing their job. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're trying to recoup your money, I think trying to sell those properties into other game developers who can make games would be good. 'Cause as far as I know, Paramount doesn't really know too much about game development.
I yeah, I agree. I think they should, um, instead of just closing studios, because a lot of these studios make really good games, and they're actually, they have a really good track record. And I would say, like, instead of just closing them down, they should sell them and then license back the IP to them, and so that
My
way they can recoup the cost.
my thought is that even though video games make billions of dollars in that industry more than I think film does, I don't think a lot of Hollywood studios understand video games still all that well.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they don't know how to tap into that market. I think we're slowly starting to see changes of that because, obviously you had, like, the Sonic movies doing really well, that had a good understanding, and, the Fallout TV series and stuff, but that's, like we're only now just slowly going in the right direction finally, but I think there's a lot of room to go in that, and I think the big wigs over there in Hollywood need to understand what they have and restructure accordingly rather than just shifting everything away, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I think that's right. I think they don't understand, like, they're these executives, their main priority is to make money, and that's, like, the CEOs and stuff, and so I don't think they fully understand movies, I don't think they fully understand video games either, and their job is to figure out where to cut costs and where to bring in capital, and I think with the games, I just don't feel like they understand that, and I think that's a kind of a problem with these big studios having a gaming division in general, is, um, they're trying to roll stuff by committee and by a board that really you need creative people that maybe have a little bit of business savvy, but they can actually produce a product, and so I think it's where, like, you get Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and Gotham Knights, like, objectively, there's things about those games that are good, but they're very much a by committee game, and it's like,
Mm.
"Oh, at this very moment, live service MMOs are popular, so let's make games around loot boxes and stuff." And by the time those games came out, no one wanted those games anymore because game development takes so long. And that again, I think it's just by committee. Like I really feel like if they decided to make a Suicide Squad game that's a single player game, not like a more traditional like Arkham style game, it would have sold really well and reviewed well. And same thing with Gotham Knights. But because everything was loot box heavy, the open worlds feel empty, and like it's just checking boxes off. But um I don't know. I have hope that Paramount might correct those things. I think some people view it as like the end of days, but I don't think it is. I think um they might be looking at it as like they may see it as a restructuring opportunity, but there's
Mhm.
so much IP they could use. So much IP.
Yeah, for sure. We will move on to TV then. I've been watching The Chosen. Chosen's really good. I don't have much more to add. I was done with season 2. I really like it a lot. We've been watching pretty slowly. They're long episodes. Like they're not 45-minute episodes, like hour-long episodes a lot of the time.
Hmm.
Um, and so we usually get one every few days or so. Um, but uh, yeah, I think the only thing that it falls into every once in a while, but it usually actually does this pretty well, is explaining something to a character that should already know what that thing is that's being explained to them. Um,
Oh yeah.
like they'll explain a law or a cultural norm for the viewer. Um, but it always reminds me of Twisters. Twisters, one of the main characters, the Glenn Powell's character, just kept on doing like giving tornado facts, but they were tornado facts that everyone in that room should know because they're all tornado chasing like enthusiasts. And so it's for the viewer, and you're like, why are you? That's so awkward that you're
Mm,
saying that too. It makes no sense. So the chosen falls into that a little bit, but um, I don't know. It's really good. And plot, like I think season 1 they played it really safe, and I didn't really realize that. And some people may see season 1 and go, that wasn't safe at all. They just took a lot of chances. But season 2, there's a lot of plot things that are happening that I'm like, I can't believe you're going this direction. Um, like I brought up last week the assassin thing, and I
mm,
was like, that seems really wild for a Bible show to be like
yeah.
going on an assassin story. Um, but I recommend it. Jonathan, you watched anything this week?
No, I haven't. I
You need
have
to watch
not.
Wonder Man.
You keep
Oh,
saying that. You keep
oh
commit
I'm
to it
yes.
gonna keep
eventually.
saying it. Have you seen anything, Andrea?
Oh yes, I did see Wonder Man and I loved it.
It's so good.
It
Wouldn't
is
isn't it
so
perfect for
good.
Jonathan?
Yes, and it's so short, like, you can easily finish it in a day.
One day. One day.
One day.
One day soon, we hope.
Yeah, I think you'll really enjoy it. That's awesome. What else have you been watching, Andrea?
Um, my brother and I finished watching Gargoyles on Disney Plus. So
Fun.
if you don't know Gargoyles, look it up. It's probably one of the best TV shows Disney has ever made, bar none, and probably like
Okay.
uh
High praise.
if you love fairy tales, if you love supernatural stuff, if you like TMNT, then you should definitely check it out because it's got all those vibes and more.
Alrighty.
And we also
That's awesome.
watched the second season of Fallout as well. So
Yeah.
also a really, really
Fallout
great
was fun.
season. Yeah, that was fun. Loved
Yeah.
it.
Really enjoy Fallout. Cool. We will get into the TV news then. A little bit more God of War news. We got our first look at the God of War himself and his son, the boy Atreus,
Boy.
and people were not happy. the I don't think I saw anyone with a positive comment on any of the posts I saw of it. My thing is, I legitimately thought it wasn't real. I've come to realize that I'm really bad at guessing, and this is not good news for me. Really bad at guessing when something is or isn't AI. And so I thought it was AI, but there's a lot of stuff that I'll think is real, and then I'll find out that it's AI. So my uh, AI literacy is very low. I need to work on it, but it just looked kind of like photoshopped AI generated, not real.
Yeah. Like I I get why people were saying that. I don't it looked like to me it was like a just a on set while recording, just like someone took a behind the scenes photo.
Mhm.
And I think it's a bad choice. That's like 2010 marketing tactics, in my opinion. But
And that makes sense too. Um, the other the third option is that they completely were posting that with their full chest and then saw the response and then we're like, "Oh, no, we're just kidding. We're not going to do that." And kind of are going to, Sonic the Hedgehog it. Um and really redo everything now that they've had it. It is funny. So very confusing and has not been explained at all. Ryan Hurst, who's playing Kratos, has come out and said, "Don't believe everything you see on the internet, kids," which is a really interesting comment because the post was posted by Amazon Prime. Uh, so like, don't believe the TV network or streaming network that is posting their own TV show. Uh, Definitely a little confusing, I feel like.
yeah.
I think we just have
But
to wait and have faith, and hopefully it'll all turn out right.
yeah, I think seeing this, I did see like a Photoshop version where they kind of color graded it to look like God of War, and so I think now that that's a must. I think you have to color grade it exactly like the video game. I think that's just part of Kratos at this point. Um, and then his beard. I think I've literally seen things where they just shaped up his beard. People giving complaints about his muscles. Sorry, he's not a literal Greek god. Um, like you got to get over that. But the beard, I think if it was a little less, if it was just a little bit more shaped. I think I've seen cuts of that where they've reshaped the beard, and I'm like, oh, that looks like Kratos. Um,
Yeah. It's a little more fuller too. Like they added a little more like I don't know, depth to it. But
Yeah, it looks a little scraggly in
yeah,
that photo, and it's just kind of like straighten it
I
up.
I agree. Like they should have done some editing to the photo, made it look more like the color grading matched the games. But no, they didn't. They just went for it.
Yeah. To those saying that he's not strong enough to be Kratos, all of you can get over yourselves. Like, that's a ridiculous bar to try to hit.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's insanity.
yeah, unless you literally want Dwayne Johnson, um, which I think is just as ridiculous of a thought. Like,
Do you want Dwayne Johnson? Because this is how you get it.
yeah, Like if you want some decent acting in it, I think Ryan Hurst is gonna be your guy. I think that's better than getting the big muscles right. Um, I did see like in the
Oh.
comments, people saying, "I love how concerned straight white men are over Kratos' body."
So funny. I will
Oh,
say, here's a little nitpick. I think it looks fine. I think like the overall, um, like the costumes look good. I think the one thing I would have to pick out though is on Kratos' costume, the shoulder armor just looks a little too big. Like it doesn't match his proportions. But again, that could just be the
okay.
angle. But I agree. It kind of feels
Again, it
like
kind of looks like it was pasted on after the fact.
it. I'm gonna be honest. It really does. I just pulled it up, and it looks like they put the actors' faces in Gemini and said, "Make a screenshot from a set of God of War TV show," and then that's what Gemini gave them. I even
I
counted,
literally
started
counted the
counting
fingers.
fingers. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I just was about to say I've been count. He's the kid. I can't remember his name. Is playing Atreus. The way he's holding the bow and arrow, like you can tell the arrow is photoshopped on. It doesn't look like it's actually there. Um, it's very uncanny,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I don't know.
it could be great.
I think that they took this. I think that's part of it. Is they were like, oh, people respond poorly to this. We need to do this right. Maybe it was a good thing they did this now. Get your Sonic the
Mm.
Hedgehog out of the way and
Yeah,
fix it.
exactly. It is like Sonic the Hedgehog. They're gonna change it because they just like release the cast. I'm sure this is like to test the waters and see like how it looks and stuff.
Yeah, that felt really weird too.
Yeah,
Is like I was like, is it filming already? Like I didn't even know it was like ready to go. Like we
yeah.
got
I didn't either.
costumes, and that's part of. I mentioned like it looks like that shoulder pauldron is kind of pasted on there. I'm like, have you already built that for real or no?
What if this is AI and this was them testing the waters?
I would
Like,
hate
what if
that
this really
so
was?
much. I would hate that so much. I don't like
Because
that direction at all.
I'm looking at other photos of this actor, and his beard is so much thicker and fuller in some of
Yeah,
these other photos. So I don't understand.
I the lighting and the
like
textures just don't look quite right to me in that picture. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. It looks very it doesn't look very how
real.
would you guys yeah, it doesn't look real. I don't know exactly how else to describe it.
The arrow is really bothering me now that you mentioned it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's something off.
and the fingers on
Uh,
Kratos and just I don't know. Maybe we should take it
It's like,
seriously. Maybe it says don't believe everything you see on the internet.
yeah,
and
that's
that
what
was a
I'm
good point too.
thinking.
Someone mentioned like that probably wasn't the best pose for your strongman Kratos to be like.
No. And then, like, too, like, Atreus and the way he's like, there's no depth between him and the rock that's behind him. That's what's also weirding me out. It's like there
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something off. I don't know what's going on. It honestly could just be an ungraded, unedited photo, and
Mhm.
they just chose wrong. It's like what the
Think
first
of it taken on a
Superman
phone, which
photo.
explain what like being on a phone would make
Yeah,
it flat.
it's like the first photo reveal of David Cornsweat as Superman, where he's in front of the window and he's like putting his boots on. That was a behind the scenes photo. Like that was like taking like that
Oh
wasn't
yeah.
a part of the movie, and it just made like, the costume looked a little bit off, you know? It looks so much better in the movie, but it's just not a good it's not a good look.
Yeah. Well, uh, we'll move on to our last story. Um, this one I'm gonna see if I can bring my wife in for. Dungeon Crawler Carl is getting a TV show. Very much in the works. I don't know anything about Dungeon Crawler Carl, except that it is a lit RPG book series. It's really popular.
Yeah, I know it's very
Give me
popular
just a
and
moment.
like people were really talking about it in the past few months.
Who's producing it?
It sounds like it's been in the works for a while if the title is still very much alive.
I am going to. So none of us know what Dungeon Crawler Carl is.
No, I have no idea.
Cool. I'm gonna guess my wife on the podcast. I don't know if you've ever done this, have you? You've done it once.
Unintentionally, I yelled at you when you put it in the intro.
um, you have to speak into the microphone a little bit louder.
Sorry.
You're good. Um, you don't have a headphone here. I'm gonna give this over to you. I know you hate my headphones. Just explain what Dungeon Crawler Carl is.
Why would you pick a series I haven't actually read?
Have you not read it?
No.
Oh, I thought you had.
No, I've read He Who Fights with Monsters, but I've heard that it's very similar.
Okay.
Lit RPG, so you're listening to as if someone was like playing a game,
Okay.
but you're
interesting.
reading it.
Okay.
Is it apparently it's one of the most popular ones.
It's on my list to read. I'm just in the middle of the Malls on Book of the Fallen sub-series.
Okay. She does a lot of reading. She's a reader in our family. So I figured I would bring her.
That's
I
awesome.
definitely had thought you'd read this, and this shows how much I listen to the books that you're reading when you tell me about them.
Wow.
I think I saw a
Cody.
lit RPG and was like, oh, that's it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, thank you. They're making a show.
Oh, yeah, no, that's super cool. I'd totally watch it. It would be hilarious.
That was less informative than I thought it would be.
Learned how much of a nerd I am.
Nerd.
2 episodes have been
Awesome.
written so far. Go ahead. What were we gonna say?
No, I was just calling her a nerd, but she couldn't hear me. You already took her earbud away.
Yeah. Cool. That is the news, though. Are you geeking out about anything else this week?
No.
No, Andrea.
Not at the moment, but I'm sure that'll change in the next week.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Well, we will end the podcast there. Jonathan, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube under @DifferentLensMedia, and occasionally I stream on Twitch under Sergeant Rock 1125.
And Andrea.
You can find me over at Discord at Andrea Riccati, or on Instagram. I'm also at Andrea Riccati.
And you can find me on Instagram as well at Cody Armour. Keep gaming, keep praying, and God bless.